Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Red, White, and Burnouts, and today we're going to be giving you 2 truck reviews. We're also going to be doing a truck battle between these 2 trucks.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. We've got 2 of our own trucks here. Over here we've got our 2017 Ford Heavy Duty with a 6.7 liter Power Stroke, and over there we've got our 2018 Ram Heavy Duty with a 6.7 liter Cummins. We own them both, so we're going to tell you what we like and don't like about both, and we're also going to put them both to the test. We're going to hitch up our mobile dyno, do some towing, and climb our hills and see which one we like better.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Red, White, and Burnouts, and today we've got a battle of the heavy-duty trucks. Sophia, what are we sitting in?
We're sitting in a Ford F250 today.
Yeah, that's right.
And then we're going to move to
our Ram heavy-duty truck. Both of them have turbo diesel engines. We're going to test them unloaded and loaded, towing our mobile dyno, which is quite heavy.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Good?
Yeah.
Can I roll out?
Roll out.
Rolling on out in the Ford.
Running out in the Ford.
In the Ford. All right, guys. Guess what car? We're not in a car. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. Guess what truck? Guess what truck we're in?
It's the Ford Super Duty.
The Super Duty. We're gonna see how well it actually super
Duties?
Dude, yeah. Never mind. We're gonna see how well it Fords. We're gonna see if it's built Ford tough.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, when you start the truck, it says built Ford tough.
That's why I said it.
I know. It's impressive.
You think I just knew built Ford tough?
Yeah.
Okay, well I did.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah.
So, I like the F250.
I do too.
It's like one of my favorite trucks. F250s, F350s, they're great. I think their ride is fantastic, actually, for as big as they are.
Yeah. I think they definitely do a good job of focusing on that.
Yes.
Yep.
I think they probably study their customer base enough to know that if you're buying an F250, you're probably not towing daily. You know, you just need a bigger truck because your F150 doesn't do so great hauling the family boat to the lake.
Yeah.
Or, you know, you have like a single car race car hauler, you know, like an enclosed trailer, and your F150 is okay, but not amazing doing that. I think that's the customer who buys the F250.
I agree with that.
That's my theory. And conversely, I feel like the customer who buys Ram heavy-duty trucks.
Sorry, bud. All right, guys, this truck can go off-roading. We just tested it out.
Does that count? You literally went off the edge of the road.
Listen, we're in a Ford. We need to be gentle, okay?
Ow.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, listen.
I feel like I'm not biased. I just
You're
like to
so
make
biased.
I just like to make jokes, okay?
She's so biased. I'm biased. She's biased, but we're biased towards opposite trucks.
Yeah, but at the same time, I would be fine with making jokes about how a Ram brakes.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I mean, if I was like daily driving a truck, I'd be like, no one makes fun of my truck.
Yeah, right.
But I'm not like that.
That's like a country song right there.
Yeah, that is.
It kind of is. But you don't hear, people don't talk about like Rams in their country songs.
That's because, I don't know why. That's because.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Probably a good thing because they're like not causing them any pain.
Wow, I hadn't thought about that. But that's every country song, right?
I feel like a Ford would cause you more pain.
Ouch. When it breaks down on the side of the road?
Yeah, I mean, you can deal with like different Ram problems.
Yeah.
And still drive it.
So,
it's just gonna fall apart.
Just so everybody watching knows, we've owned both Ford Heavy Duties and Ram Heavy Duties for years. I've owned both of them. Mm-hmm. I've paid my own money for them. And Sophia's driven both of them. And I don't know if you've broken down in them before, but I've broken down in them before.
No.
And so the summary is this. My Fords have left me stranded on the side of the road while towing, but granted they were old. 2004 6-liter Power Stroke, not the best thing I ever bought. The Rams never left me stranded, but they usually fell apart around the Cummins. And I think that's the summary of the two trucks, of their story.
Yeah, that's their life story right there.
It is.
Yep.
And I know the 6.7 Power Stroke is so much better. I'm pretty sure that's a Ford design from the ground up. They didn't get it from Navistar or anybody else for that matter. Pretty sure Ford makes those, and they have a much better reputation on the old 6 liters too.
Yeah.
But, okay, so let's talk about the interior of the F250.
Okay.
What do you think, Sophia?
I like the interior of this truck. I don't, okay, this is the main thing, how I feel about it when I drive it. I don't like where the fan speed button is. I feel like it's just, it's in the middle, but it's like at the bottom, and I like have to like look around for it. It's just like a small button. Like it should be like a dial that's like big, and then I can just turn and not have to like think about pressing a button for up or down.
Yeah, that's
Do you know
fair.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like a small complaint, but it's just something that's annoying.
I do think that when you're designing a vehicle, you know, you should probably think about what are the most used items.
Yeah.
And make them the most obvious items.
Uh-huh.
So, like, you know, you don't often play with some, like, I don't know, maybe it's a recirc button or circulation or something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, you use the fan speed 18 times while you're driving.
Yeah.
Like, it's too, you know, it's too hot out. I need more airspeed.
Yeah.
More fan speed. And I agree. It's a tiny little button, and we're complaining about minor things here, guys.
First world problems.
Definitely first world problems. But you know what? The interior quality, though, I think is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Like, in the Ford Heavy Duties, like, okay, so where it's supposed to look nice, it looks nice. And where it doesn't really matter, it's not that big a deal. It doesn't look bad. They actually went with more of a like an aluminum trim, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of crappy materials in here.
No.
This is a Lariat. It's not a Platinum.
So it only gets nicer.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And yes, I am sure it gets nicer. But I mean, for 2017, and guys, I want you to understand, this is really a review for guys and girls who are looking for a good used diesel truck, which is what we go through frequently. And we bought this. This is a 2017 F250. We now have 113,600 miles on it, and we bought it with like 90. So we've put some mileage on it.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. And I enjoy driving it, and I will drive it from here to town. I don't care. It's comfortable. It doesn't bother me. And the Ram we're going to be reviewing is an 18, 70,000 miles. We've also owned it for about 3 or 4 years. And it's a Cummins. So, you know, we have some real apples to apples stuff going here. So if you're looking for an older diesel that's probably in the mid $40,000 to mid $50,000 range, these are ones that you're going to look at this point in time.
I think what I like about this truck, and probably the Ram too, is the fact that they age well. Like even the interior, like it's not old.
No.
It's not like outdated, which is nice. It has like they both have good entertainment systems. They both come with CarPlay. Like they both have like dials to where you turn the different systems all in the truck. And it's nice. It's got like the digital display. It's got the buttons on the steering wheel. And that's another thing. I really like this steering wheel.
Yeah.
It's nice. I feel like for a truck, it makes sense. Like it feels like a truck steering wheel.
It does. It's got a nice thick rim to it.
Like this is comfortable. Like
Yeah.
it feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what do you think of the speed of the F250?
Speed-wise, I think it's good. It's got a good amount of speed. I think it's going to do really well towing-wise with speed.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be close.
a
Both
lot of
trucks
torque.
are going to be close.
Both trucks have a great amount of torque.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. And you roll on half throttle, these things are rolling out.
Yeah.
But I do think the Ford is significantly quicker than the Ram.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't think it's going to be all that close. And they're both stock, for the record, bone stock. 6.7 Power Stroke versus 6.7 Cummins. Not the high output Cummins, by the way, guys. So, kind of is what it is. But they're pretty similarly equipped. That's a Laramie. They're both four-wheel drives. They're similar years. They've both been used, you know, like... I think if you're saying, hey, I want you to feel comfortable merging onto an on-ramp with
I'm
power,
picking this.
This is definitely the quicker of the two.
Yeah.
I think if you know, when we hitch up, if it all works out like I think, and, you know, we've towed with them, so I kind of have a pretty good idea. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say the Ram's a better towing vehicle, but we'll kind of let it flow from there. But as far as, you know, the interior and the F-250 in general goes, I mean, obviously, I would buy one. I own this
Yeah.
thing. And I would also buy a Ram, and we use them. But you know what? I'm more likely to jump into
I was going to say, yeah.
the Ford.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Drivability-wise, I'm going to get in this thing.
Yeah.
I like the engine. It's just comfortable driving it around. It's
Yeah.
still like a nice-sized truck, but I still feel more comfortable driving this around.
I agree with that. You know, let's talk about the vulnerabilities of each truck because, you know, they're both great, but the Ram has the Cummins, right?
Yeah, the Ram does have the Cummins.
So the Ram's going to fall apart around the Cummins. Historically, that's always what's been the thing, right? And the F250, 350s, they have the opposite problem, where they have an amazing truck, whereas the engines have been kind of a hit or miss thing.
Uh-huh.
But I'm pretty sure, you know, the 6.7's been a lot better than that.
Yeah. See, you just give it the throttle and it'll go.
Man, this thing's got a lot of torque.
Yeah. All right, guys, 17 miles per hour. That's as fast as this thing gets. I'm just kidding. Let's see.
Whatever.
40, 50, 55, 60, let's see.
70, wow, okay. Were you not confident in leaving the brakes to the floor?
I don't know, man.
I think we should do a brake check. Oh. Oh,
My
okay.
God.
I think they work just fine.
The brakes work. I don't know if that needs to be tested in a truck or not, but we just had a little fun. And something in the truck bed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a hitch.
No big deal. That thing's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's not a projectile. But the good news is it didn't projectile, so we're good.
Huh. Three, two, one.
Come on, baby. Let's see it. Let the power stroke roar. 30, 35, 40, 45. We're moving down.
Oh, there we go. We're picking up
50,
pace.
55,
And
60.
What was it?
15.52.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah. I think we got a nice flat road here, so.
Yeah.
15.5 seconds, which is still roughly double what it was unloaded.
Yep.
And start it.
Okay, started.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Will it do it?
51. Across the line at 51 miles an hour.
16 seconds.
16 seconds, 51 miles an hour. All right. So now that we know what she's going to do, I want to see how the Ram compares to this.
I do too.
Yeah, my theory is the Ram's going to be much slower.
But I think the Ram's going to tow it better, obviously.
Yeah, I think...
You're not going to feel it. When we floor it, I feel like it's going to feel the same with and without it.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, we are in the Ram.
We are. You can definitely tell we're in a Ram.
This is totally different.
Very different.
So these are opposite trucks. I think we're going to go for a ride and see what we think. But let's talk about the interior first.
The interior is definitely more of like hard plastics and like basic. Like it does have some nice stitching like on the door frame, but other than that, there's not like anything in here that's like, wow, this is like super nice for a truck.
And this is the equivalent level, so this is a Laramie.
Yeah.
The equivalent to the Lariat in the F250. But I think the dash definitely sticks out closer to you in this.
Yes. Yeah. The front area up here seems more closed in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm closer to the dash, even though, I mean, I'm sitting correctly.
Yeah.
But the dash is closer to me. And I think it's better for the Uconnect because you can reach the Uconnect easier. You know, your screen, your entertainment and stuff.
Yeah.
But I also feel like for the whole compartment here, though, you feel a lot tighter.
But I think that's because there's so much room back there.
Yes.
There is a lot of space back there.
Yeah.
Which is so nice. Like you could go on a road trip back there and be comfortable the whole time.
100%.
Yeah.
But I will say, in order to be competitive space-wise with the crew cab F250, you have to have a mega cab Ram. Because just their standard crew cab as a Ram, you're actually kind of crunched in back there. Like, it's not nearly as big as the standard crew cab is inside of an F250 or F350.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think, though, if, like, someone... You know, some people are like, oh, I want the passenger seat.
Yes.
In this truck, I'd be like, no, I call one of the back seats. I
100%.
want one of the back seats in this truck.
You do, because it's huge. I mean, it is definitely huge, and you lay all that down, you could probably put in it like a bed back there, like a single. You know, like you could sleep there overnight if you had to.
If you had to.
If you had to, you could totally sleep there overnight.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd want like a air mattress or something. But I don't know. Maybe that's why people that do a lot of long hauling prefer Rams. I mean, it's very versatile. It's huge in here. The Mega Cab is definitely a huge interior. I think quality-wise, it's not quite as nice as the Ford for its time. They're both really good, though. I don't think you would be unhappy or uncomfortable in either of these trucks in this trip.
This one feels more, like, durable, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this one, nothing's worn out, and I feel like nothing would wear out for a really long time because it's not as, like interior-wise as nice, but it's hard plastic, so it seems like it would
more, it's more rubberized.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything's a little bit harder, and it doesn't appeal as much, but it doesn't look bad. But also, you know, Ram goes longer, just like all the Dodges go longer in between, refreshing their interiors and refreshing the vehicles as a whole, whereas Ford and GM have more budget and they refresh them more often. This being an 18 is a year newer than our 17 F250, but this still hasn't been refreshed at this point. It wasn't until 19 did the Ram get the newer interior in the heavy duties.
Those are nice.
And they're nice.
They're really nice.
Like, if this was a 19, it would make our 17 F250 look like, well, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't compare.
It doesn't compare. But the problem is, this is a 1 year newer than our Ford, and it's not as nice.
Yeah.
So, I mean, guys, we are nitpicking here, and we have spent a lot of time in this Ram.
Yes.
For years. We have towed fifth wheels and trailers with this Ram, and to be completely transparent, we didn't buy the Ford. We bought the Ram first, and we did that because we were towing a lot of heavy things. Like, that was the whole point. Just to see, like, okay, how much better. This tows so much better because it's just a big, bulky, heavy. It's heavier than the Ford. Yeah. And it definitely is stiffer than the Ford. Yeah. Well, I noticed that as soon as we got in and started driving.
You could definitely tell the difference after getting out of the F250. This thing is like a board.
It is stiff as a board.
It's so stiff.
And we have had Ram 2500s and 3500s. And I don't think it was really, I mean, the 3500 is stiffer, don't get me wrong. But they're still both stiffer than the equivalent Ford.
Yeah.
Because I think you're shopping for, you know, a Ford or a Ram. If you're going to do more heavy hauling and heavy towing for long distances, you want the Ram.
Yeah.
You totally want the Ram.
It's nice enough.
It's nice enough inside. You're not going to complain. But also, it will tow better than the Ford. But we still haven't hitched up to see how the dyno pulls this thing yet. Yeah. You know, but that's okay. I just have a feeling I think it's going to, because I've actually only towed our mobile dyno with the Ford, so I haven't hitched it up.
This is going to do better.
You think so?
Yeah, this is going to do better.
I agree. It probably should. Yeah,
that would be a problem if this thing didn't tow better than the F250.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That would be bad.
It would be bad because it's so much stiffer. You're paying a price when it's unloaded. So it better be that much better when it's loaded. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. Two, one, go.
Got it.
We're at full throttle.
Full throttle.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Crap, this is going to lose.
40, I'm going to start paddling. 45.
Road, everyone.
50. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60.
1864.
Oh, the Ford won!
Are we surprised by that, guys?
You should be totally surprised.
Wow. Wow, what?
Oh my gosh, it's not terrible. Like, it pulled enough that you can get on the on-ramp.
I was gonna say, what would you pick going on the on-ramp?
The Ford.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel, like, to me, I can't really tell the difference.
Oh, between what we just did and the Ford hitched up?
Yeah.
You didn't feel any different?
Because I would rather have the comfortability of not being able to feel the trailer back there and then being able to go to 60. How much quicker?
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
What you're saying is, it's slower, but it tows better, so you're going to deal with it.
Yeah, like, do I know there's a dyno back there? Yeah, but do I know there's a dyno back there?
No. No, she's right. She's 100% right. like this tows so much better.
It does.
Like if you said, Bob, you need to get into this truck, or get into a truck. You have the F250 and we got the Ram. One of them you're gonna tow from Florida to Dallas with, like 1,000 miles or whatever it really is. I don't know, something like that. It would be the Ram.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fatigue you as much because it's not driving you. You know, it's not being so bossed around by the trailer. Ready?
Tell me when.
3, 2, 1, go!
Got it.
Come on, baby! 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Oh, we're not to 45 yet, guys. 43, 44, 45, and stop. 47.
1784.
Okay, at 47 miles an hour.
That was sad.
That was sad.
What? Come on. That
Sorry,
just doesn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense, but like, it just doesn't make any sense.
I didn't want it to be that far off. I think the F250 was significantly faster.
Which is like
60 something.
Yeah, and I'm surprised because usually they've been pretty close. Like it's close enough to where it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But this, I feel like it's pretty far off.
It's so far off.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that far off.
That's just sad. Now there's gonna be silence on the way home. Gotta sit in silence.
When you win, do you have to be silent?
What are you talking about when you win?
I was all about the F250, man.
I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of your guessing capabilities.
Oh, my butt dyno is impeccable.
Okay guys, we just got done putting both of these trucks to the test and we're going to give you our review on it. First we're going to start with speed, 1 out of 10. How do you think speed-wise, what do you think?
On the Ford, I would give it like 7.5.
Uh-huh.
On the Ram, I would give it like a 4.
You thought it was that bad?
It was that slow.
Okay, I would give the Ford like an 8 and I would give the Ram like a 5.
Okay, not bad.
Okay,
we're close.
Daily drivability.
Okay.
I know it wins.
Ford.
Ford wins.
It gets like an 8.
Yeah, the Ford does. It does really well.
And the Ram, I would give like a 7. It's just too stiff.
I would give the Ram a 6, and I would give the Ford an 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Interior?
Ford gets 8.5. Ram gets
He's looking around.
7.
I would give the Ford an 8.5, and I would give the Ram an 8.
Wow.
It's like they're both nice.
They're both nice though.
It's just this has more hard plastics in it.
That's
It depends what
That's
you're
true.
doing.
Yep.
Exterior. What do you think?
I like the Ford better. I give it an 8. I like the Ram pretty good too. I give it a 7.
I like the stance of the Ford better. I'm picking the Ford.
Yep.
And I would give the Ford like an 8.5, and I would give the Ram like a 7. It's not ugly, but it just looks a little more outdated than the Ford.
Fair enough.
Okay. Let's talk about towing now.
Oh.
What do we think? Like in general, towing wise, what would you pick?
Okay, I'm gonna give the Ford like a 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like towing, what we mean is confidence in towing. It's
confidence in towing and towing speed.
Yeah, no. I say confidence in towing is a 7 with the Ford, and confidence in towing is a 9 with the Ram. And you want to give your own the?
I would say confidence-wise, I would pick the Ram, and I would give it a 9.5, and I would give the Ford like a 7.5. I can't give it an 8. Sorry.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
that's fair. So I have a question.
What?
Overall, what's your pick?
I knew you were gonna ask me that. Overall, it's just so hard to pick one. I'm probably gonna go with the Ford.
Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Is that because you don't tow very much?
Yeah, and it's more comfortable. Like I feel more confident in the Ford. Besides when I'm parking it.
Yeah.
I would have to learn that, but that's not hard to learn.
Okay.
What would you pick?
I would still pick the Ford if I wasn't towing daily.
Yeah.
If you're towing daily, you need the Ram.
Don't get the Ford.
No.
Don't get the Ford.
Don't get the Ford. The Ford's great. It'll get the job done. If you need to do it like once a month, you're going to take your race car to the track, get the Ford. If you're like heavy hauling 10,000 pounds and up, like this is only 9,000 pounds, like and up, No question. Just buy the equivalent Ram and get a nice one. Get a Lariat or Laramie or better. They're not, you know, I think they're actually cheaper than the Fords. You know, price for price, model for model, or, you know, trim for trim. I think they're a little bit cheaper. So I have no problem with the Ram, guys. Just understand something. You will have some electronics issues. It's a thing. It's a Ram thing. Once you get to that point, you might just want to get a new Ram. I don't know.
Yeah, the Ford offers you a different set of problems.
Different set of problems. So. But, you know, one's an engine thing, and it may be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
The other, the Ram, it's going to probably fall apart around the Cummins. And that's probably fine as long as you're willing to deal with little glitchy things here and there. Yeah. But overall, having owned both of these trucks for years now, I can tell you they're both great trucks. You really can't go wrong either way. My opinion is go test drive both. And if you got a friend with one, hitch up a trailer.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And just see what you like.
Yeah.
I think it's the right answer.
I think it is too.
Hey guys, thanks for watching this episode of Red, White, and Burnouts. Now that you know what we think about these two trucks,
let us know what you guys think and what you would pick in the comments below. And we'll see you on the next episode of Red, White, and Burnouts.
See you there.
Cool.
Good job. Alrighty. 3, 2, go ahead.
That one hurt a little bit.
Let's go in the bloopers. Oh, no.
You're gonna make me look weak.
She's definitely not weak. She's aggressive.
Okay, whatever. Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Okay. What am I supposed to say again?
You gotta lead me. What's the first one? Categories.
Okay.
Tell them about our truck category. Tell them about our truck category.
Okay, guys. All right, guys. We just got done test driving both of these trucks, and we're gonna give you our opinions.
Let's start that over.
Okay, I can't do it, Dad.
All right, guys. So we just got done putting both these trucks to work, and it's time for us to give you our score on both trucks.
Yes. First, we're gonna talk about speed. What do you rate it out of 10?
Which one?
Both of them.
Okay.
Let's start with the Ram. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Start over.
3, 2.
Like this show? Want more? Then head to WatchPTTV.com, the new 100% free PowerTube TV streaming network. Home of the best classic and new motorsports racing and build shows on the web.